Happy 2026! To start the new year off, I want to focus on our player character. Right now he's a yellow hero boy with red hair, but maybe we could have a whole character creator screen to make all sorts of heroes. One of my favourite video games is the original Sims. When you create a sim, you have options on the left and a turning view of your sim on the right. I'm going to take inspiration from my own character creator. I've built our player character to look like an action figure. A bit like a Lego minifigure. All Lego people share the same shape, with their faces and clothes printed on. I'll do the same with our hero. I'll make a new scene in Godot and place our character on the right, and add texture buttons that will change his face texture. I'll set a new global variable to match a new face once in game. As we will add more hair options, I'll remove his flat 2D hair. Next I'll duplicate his head shape and delete areas to shape his hairline. This will be a base to create puffy hair, long hair and emo hair. I'll add more buttons to set each hair type, and lots of options for its colour. I'm using animation players to set each option, then call its track where a corresponding button has been pressed. Now we have the setup working, I can make unique textures. I've come up with 6 heroes to pick from. Bud is our hero boy. Sid is our hero girl. Ed is a troll with a good heart. Jock is ready for a fight. Shy lives in the darkness. And Annie is ready for adventure. I've given everyone 4 different outfit options to choose from. 24 in total. I'll add in a nice gradient background. And Kenny has a pack of amazing sound effects for menus and buttons. And here is the character creator. You can choose a skin, outfit, hairstyle and hair colour to create your own hero to play as. Now we can create a cool character, the next step is going to be improving how they control. I believe one of the most important parts of a game is having a good character controller that feels fluid to play with. You can create the most amazing worlds and incredible graphics, but if your character feels bad to control, then it's all for nothing. I'm going to rebuild the script and setup of our character, and these YouTube tutorials really helped me. I experimented with having our hero to the left of the screen, something that you see a lot in modern games, but in the end I think having them in the centre works better. I went back to Blender to improve their walk and swim animations. Before I had a timer that would trigger our hero to run faster after a few seconds, but this made them zoom off uncontrollably. So now I have a dedicated run button. Jumping is key for platforming, so to improve the hero's jump, I've added a line of code that checks if the jump key has been released, and then to stop their upward velocity. Now we can hop, take short jumps, or hold the key for a long jump, and if you press run and jump, you can cover major ground. I've only recently discovered you can set an audio stream player node to play a series of sounds at random, so I'll plug in a few jumping sounds from Zap's Flat. And now our jump feels so much better. When you face an enemy in combat, well, you don't actually face them, more like awkwardly line yourself up. To fix this, I've added a new combat state and an area 3D node to detect the enemy. Then I'll set the mesh to look at the enemy, and after some tweaking, we can now automatically lock onto an enemy. Finally, I'll take my camera out of the pivot node, then replace its place with a marker 3D node. Then set our camera to lerp its rotation to match the marker. This will smooth out any movements. This feels much better when it collides with something or when it's zooming in and out. After all these improvements, my game actually feels fun to play. And now we have more control over our movements, our hero is ready for anything we throw at them. This is just the start of a new year of game dev. If you enjoyed watching and are interested in my game, you can subscribe for new updates. And thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. They get all of my art at super high resolution and a special thank you in my games.